individuals, or we might say, Chair or Roger, can you answer this, or can Julie or Michelle answer these questions? But to be as concise as possible, because we have quite a bit to get through today. We received your statement last night. Just to let you know, the committee will publish that statement in the next 15 minutes or so. Thank you for sending that. Obviously, I've got to look at the statement very carefully, but my first reading of it suggests that what Ofqual is saying is that you did everything that ministers asked you to do, that the algorithm you think was fair despite the anomalies, and actually what went wrong was because pupils and families and teachers wouldn't accept the grades because in essence they hadn't done an exam. So what you're really saying in 3 words, if I had to describe it in a nutshell, is not me, Gov. Is that a fair reflection of the statement, Chair?
I think as we made clear in the statement, we fully accept our share of responsibility for what has gone wrong this year. I have personally apologised to students and parents for what has been, we recognise, an extremely anxiety-making incident. It has been disruptive to this year's candidates. It has been disruptive to higher education. It has been disruptive to next year's candidates.
Yeah, no, thank you. You say that in your statement, but just specifically, is my summary of the statement accurate in your view?
That what we would point towards is that the fundamental mistake was to believe that this would ever be acceptable to the public. And perhaps I might illustrate that point, give a sense of what I mean by that, which is that we were looking at this in terms of particular ideas of fairness across a whole population, the probability that somebody would get a grade, but acknowledging from the outset that it would not be anything like as accurate as exams. I think what we now realise is that if you imagine, if you have 1,000 students that have, for example, an 80% chance of getting an A grade, they would regard themselves quite reasonably as A grade students. What we were doing, in effect, was to recognise that in a normal year, 200 of those students would fail to get their A grade. They would go and examine, it just wouldn't happen on the day, and they would get a B grade.
Okay.
We were using statistics and teacher rankings in order to...
Okay, in the statement you say there is no evidence that no bias, but we know that larger institutions such as sixth form colleges and FE colleges were disadvantaged by the algorithm, and those institutions are more likely to educate those from lower socio-economic backgrounds. Is it not extraordinary for your statement to say we knew about this but were unable to find a solution to this problem? So if you knew about it, why didn't you ask for help?